Have you ever felt ignored by God? Have you ever prayed for years and heard nothing back? What if I told you that what you call silence may actually be the loudest answer heaven can give? On 3 biblical dots, we are going to uncover something most believers are afraid to admit. What if God is not silent, but strategic? What if the delay you resent is the protection you don't see? And what if the silence you fear is the greatest proof that He is still listening? Stay until the end, because the 3rd biblical dot might completely change how you see unanswered prayers forever. On 3 biblical dots, we connect faith, doubt, and divine truth. And today, our starting point is powerful. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, nor His ear heavy that it cannot hear. Isaiah 59:1. God is not weak. God is not deaf. So if He can save and He can hear, why does He sometimes remain silent? That question has broken more faith than suffering ever did. And that's where our 3 biblical dots begin. Dot 1, the painful silence. On 3 biblical dots, the first truth we must face is this: silence does not mean absence. Let me tell you about a young man. For nearly 11 years he prayed. 11 years. No answer, no breakthrough, no visible movement. One night, overwhelmed, he said, "If God exists, why doesn't He answer me? Why does He answer everyone but me?" That pain is real, and maybe that's your pain too. But here is the first revelation. God's silence is not rejection. Sometimes silence is preparation. When heaven is quiet, it does not mean heaven is inactive. It means heaven is working beyond your understanding. Isaiah reminds us, His arm is not too short, His ear is not too heavy. So the problem is not His ability, it's our perception. On 3 biblical dots, we must understand, silence tests what noise never could, your faith. And that leads us to the 2nd dot. Dot 2, the divine timing. Here's the truth most people resist. God does not live in your clock. We want immediate answers, immediate relief, immediate clarity, immediate miracles. But God operates in eternity. Human timeline, short line. God's timeline, infinite line. Our time is limited. His time is perfect. What if the answer you demanded 5 years ago would have destroyed you? What if the promotion, the relationship, the opportunity was not delayed, but prevented? This is the part nobody preaches about. Some unanswered prayers are actually divine protection. On 3 biblical dots, we call this the mercy of delay. Because sometimes what you think is neglect is actually protection. And here's the deeper truth. Urgent answers are not always blessed answers. God sees the end from the beginning. You see the problem. He sees the outcome. You see the present. He sees eternity. And that brings us to the 3rd and most important biblical dot. Stay with me, because this is where everything shifts. Dot 3, the voice in the silence. The 3rd biblical dot reveals something profound. Silence is a language of God. We don't like that, but it's true. Sometimes God speaks loudest when He says nothing. Why? Because silence forces pursuit. Silence creates hunger. Hunger deepens faith. Faith unlocks blessings. When God is silent, we pray more. When He feels distant, we seek deeper. And here is the paradox. Problems that make you pray are not problems, they are blessings. Let that sink in. If everything was easy, you wouldn't seek Him. If every prayer was instantly answered, you wouldn't grow. Growth requires tension. Faith requires uncertainty. Trust requires silence. On 3 biblical dots, we connect these realities: pain, silence, and purpose. Because the silence of God is never empty. It is full of unseen activity. While you wait, He shapes you. He strengthens you. He aligns circumstances. He prepares doors you cannot see. And maybe, just maybe, the silence you fear is shaping the person you're becoming. Let me ask you something. If God answered every prayer immediately, would you still trust Him, or would you control Him? Faith without waiting is not faith. Sometimes the greatest proof that God listens is that He refuses to respond too early, because premature blessings can become permanent damage. But when God acts, it is precise, it is timed, it is eternal. Remember Isaiah 59:1. His arm is not too short, His ear is not too heavy. He hears, He knows, He sees, even when heaven feels silent. So what do we do in seasons of silence? On 3 biblical dots, we leave you with this: trust when you don't understand, seek when you don't hear, rest when you don't see. Because God is still in His holy temple. And when He is silent, it is not weakness, it is wisdom. If this message spoke to you, it means you are in a season of waiting, and waiting is not wasted. Before you leave, comment, "I trust in the silence," because your declaration may strengthen someone else reading it. And if you want to go deeper into faith, doubt, and divine mysteries, subscribe to 3 biblical dots. Because here, we connect the spaces between pain, the pauses of heaven, and the purpose behind them. 3 dots, 3 truths, 1 eternal God. See you in the next revelation.